Bloomberg Global Autos editor, joins us now for a preview of Tesla's Investor Day. You can answer Matt's question, Craig, or you could answer, and you can answer what we expect from today.
I know as little about the Cybertruck as anybody else. Lord knows when they're going to have this thing finally ready. It absolutely is one of the things that Tesla's biggest fans are anticipating, have been since we saw this thing, several years ago now. But there's also, hopes for a robo-taxi at some point. That's another thing that years ago, actually, when we talk about master plans, part 2, remember Musk talked about, going into every segment, having, trucks and buses. We have a semi that's just barely started deliveries. We don't have the robo-taxis he promised. We don't have the self-driving capability that he talked about. So we also have to kind of consume today's headlines with some grains of salt here.
On the other hand, Craig, at the end of last year, beginning of this year, we were worried about demand issues at Tesla. Now we see they're ramping up production of the Model Y, and I heard from AMLO yesterday that they're going to build a whole new factory in Monterrey, Mexico. So production is going to be boosted.
Yeah, and I mean, let's take a step back and think about last year too, right? Where they opened 2 factories. They were only making cars in 2 factories in the world, one in California, one in Shanghai, and boom, in 1 year they have another in Texas and in Germany. Now we're talking about a plant going up in Mexico. Indonesia has talked about courting Tesla and wanting them to build a factory there. So absolutely, we can expect a lot of talk about expansion, about more capacity. This is a company that has a sort of moonshot goal of making and selling 20 million cars a year by the end of the decade. Yeah. I think a lot of people would take the under on that, but of course they also have exceeded expectations going back many years in terms of what the industry thought was possible.
And just briefly, Craig, he's the richest man again, Elon Musk, thanks to Tesla's share price recovering quite a lot in January, stalling in February. Just briefly, is he back in focus on Tesla? He's got a lot of other businesses to focus on.
I think he also has his hands full with Twitter, but I think, if there's been something that he's been more effective at lately, it has been sort of getting his message out about Tesla, even as he's been up to his usual shenanigans on the social media service he owns now.